Today I'm talking to Jihyun, who is from South Korea and is a high performer in the world of e-commerce, and now is a mindset coach serving high-performing people, high-performing professionals. So welcome, Jihyun. Lovely to have you here on the podcast today.
Oh, thank you so much, Claire. We are really exciting today. It's fun to chat, definitely. Thank you for
Good.
having me.
You're welcome. You have moved from South Korea to the UK. So, what I wanted to talk about today is the different cultures between England and Korea. I'm a big fan of Korea. I've been to Seoul. Um, I don't remember how many times, but
Wow.
maybe two or three times. And I don't know it very well. But what I do know, I love very much. And so it would be really interesting just to explore South Korea and British cultures, and how you marry the two.
That's so cool. I like that.
Good, thank you. So just to give our listeners and viewers a little bit of background about you so they know how long you've lived in England and things like that, I'm just going
Uh,
to ask you some short answer questions. So how long have you lived in the UK now?
it's about 20 years now.
And amazing. And have you lived in any other countries before you lived in
Um,
England?
so I came to UK in 2004, and prior to that, I lived in New Zealand. That was since 2001. So like briefly, I lived in New Zealand, and then now I am here, London's home.
You do go back to Korea, don't you? And do you go frequently, or just do you go every year, or is it more spaced out?
At the minute, yeah. So we did pretty much every year we're going back, and up into COVID. So I haven't been back since. So
Oh,
woo, yeah, it is a bit now already quite a long time. But yeah, before then we did quite frequently, like pretty much every year. Not all the time, but it's the last few years or so every year. So it's
mm. And how important was it for you having children to return to Korea every year?
I guess quite natural because I was always wondering, because people were talking about their identity. So, oh, do they feel like they're like born and bred in London, so like a proper London boys? But do you feel like something missing? Like I heard some people like mixed race people growing up somewhere that am I English? Am I Korean? What am I? But what I learned is that this generation, and also where we are because of it, London, it's so mixed race. Because everyone's from everywhere. No one's just, especially where we are. So they have like a clear their identity. Their friends are, lots of them are mixed race anyway. So that's kind of new norm they're living. So the back to your question, like how important it is important, of course, like that's a half of their identity, but more likely we just share like meeting my family, meeting their family, and then my friends, and then they feel they have their own childhood as a Korean, like a half Korean. So I guess that is important, but the same as just you get to travel,
Mm,
that's more likely. So it is important, definitely yes, but also as a not that way. Like I think it just it become really one. Is a totally. It's not like it's there's no categorized, no generalized. Oh, this is English thing, this is Korean thing. It's just more like a become like as we are one. It's a whole whole people, 8 billion people. Is that's how I feel. So
mm,
what it is important. It's just nice, definitely.
mm. And did you bring them up speaking Korean?
Oh, that's such a good question. The thing is that I've definitely started like speaking to them in Korea. It was very weird. I mean, let alone just speaking to babies, that I thought now I'm quite natural with that. But it was very weird, like talking to, because they're not responding just as how you're talking. Well, I thought, ooh, that's weird, but because I trying to because they should know about Korean, so let's just speak Korean. And it started we do like play days, and when we just speaking with other moms, the other kids, it sounds weird because I feel like speaking in a secret language, and I didn't like that. So that became really loosened. So there was a funny thing is that if I just tell them off in Korean, they wouldn't really quite get it. So they would say, oh, should I say yes? Should I say no at this point? So that it's just so that we just going to more speaking English because it's just everyday communication. But they definitely have it at the back of their mind. They can read and write because of it's quite phonetic language. It's very phonetic. Once you understand the alphabet, you can read and write, not necessarily knowing what you're saying, what you're reading. So that's there. So I guess they will have to learn more. They will have to pick up as a as a foreign language, but it will be easier than other people, I presume. So
do you speak other languages?
I love languages because of just we learn culture, like we will talk about that. It's just a language is just all about around the culture. So that I like learning other languages. I learned a few. I learned French. I'm learning at the minute Japanese. It's taking forever. But I like learning other languages, knowing, understand their culture and understand more people. But yeah, I love constantly learning about other languages.
What other things have you really noticed that are really different?
Another thing I've noticed in living in the UK is slow pace. It's not necessarily it's people. It's really in London, super fast. But technology wise, if for instance, I was in Korea, maybe this was maybe 15 years ago or even 17 years ago, very long time ago. And I was expecting some parcel to come, and it's just I received this text message from postman saying he'll be with me with my parcels also time. And that was really eye-opening. We never did it. I mean, now this is normal for our as a British life here, but this was when was it? My 17, 18 years old. I don't know. It's a long time ago. This came to our life very later, at least 15 years later, something like that. So all those things, technology were like product they had. So my friend gave me this is like a beauty product and from Korea. And then, oh, what's this? Oh, that's new. And it took it another 10 years to come to this country. So that sort of thing is interesting. But what I learned about this, another thing is moving countries. Overall societal system beliefs are all the same every countries. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married, raising a family. They're all the same. All the family, just parents should want you to be. That's a safe thing. They were told that's the best thing to do in your lives. But I'm just being safe. What I learned is they're all just all the world that's similar. That's a fundamental belief, like societal belief, if we are civilization living like that. But some countries are definitely more forgiving you being different from the masses. Two major things that happened to me around the moving country and then living life what I now and who I am now is I'm still evolving and then learning and changing it. But what it was so let's just say around the 10. So it's like a 10-year Jihyun in Korea. I just knew it like I don't think this is for me. This is country is not for me. Like I'm going to leave this country and live somewhere else. The place I can be more myself.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense at all. Really doesn't make sense. What I know that time, and it just doesn't make sense. But now something I know, I worked on spiritual work a lot, and then I'm all just working, back up from neuroscientists talking about the spiritual, how it's subconscious, how working. So what I can explain is I think there was my future self just giving me the that idea. Don't worry, don't worry. When it's time, you will be somewhere else. We go all different timeline. I could leave the country. I could I could stay in Korea, just live Korea life, and I could be somewhere else. And then just this multiverse over times, I've decided to live here in London. But that's how it came. And then obviously it wasn't like I was ready. Okay, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna prepare. Like I didn't. It was all subconscious mind, obviously. So I lived did the same thing, schooling, just hanging out, just as like a normal Korean girl. I grew up. Second thing happened was, is after 10 years, but around when I was early 20s, it just sort of an opportunity came to go somewhere else. There was then Paris. So I was going to Paris to study. And right before Paris, I was just traveling around, it's Europe backpacking all day, like everyone does. So now, 20-year-old Jihyun in London with a little backpacking is walking around is a sightseeing, and this is London was still dirty and busy. It's very, very home-like, like Seoul. And it just hit, really, really came that same voice again. This is it. This is it. Like London, this is you're going to be live, and this is your home. Ooh, that was ooh, like that. But well, let's just see, because I meant to go to Paris, and then next one is I'm going over to Paris, and then let's just see if I have this feeling again, and then we'll see. I went to Paris. I loved it. I loved the baguette, but I didn't have that feeling. I just didn't have that strong feeling. London is home. Like, that was just so bizarre. And then when I just finished the back, I just stopped a few more cities, and I loved all that. I went back to Korea, and I canceled the whole Paris trip, and here I am. That was a perfect, but it's now I know what I know. Seriously, as I said, that was my future self telling me this is it. And I was just started in I told you I was briefly in New Zealand studying, and my mind is still after this, when I finish a degree here, I'll move to London, do more study, and get a job. I didn't know how. I just knew I'm going to London because that's what I knew, but I don't know when or how. My life starts completely differently from being in London, because I am more myself. And in Korea, it's harder to be because in culture, I love the language, and one thing I really didn't get on well with the hierarchy, because you
in
never
Korea.
in Korea, the hierarchy is here's hierarchy, again, everywhere the hierarchy is there. But because of through language, hierarchy is even more saturated, because you never say just that if we are different age, you never call me Jihyun or I call you Claire. That's wrong. Just because if we were different age, if we are same age, that's fine. But it's a hierarchy all about your age. So it's very hard to become friends with someone if not your age group as well. I'm sure now it's a lot different. I know that, but it wasn't like that. So after my holiday, and I went back to Korea. So I just scrapped to Paris, and then I'm prepared to come to England. But I decided to not to come to England straight away. I wanted like a via somewhere else. There was happened to be New Zealand because it just was a trending kind of those days. New Zealand, Australia, everyone's going for learning English or just so it was quite big then. And then, oh, if I decided to leave England, London for rest of my life, would it be nice somewhere just stop by, little just a place also speaking same British language. And okay, let's do that. So it's also not a huge town. So small town I start with like it's a completely different new life and then country, food and people, language. So let's just start with a smaller place. That's how it happened
Mm.
in New Zealand life.
So
And
that's how you chose Wellington.
that's correct.
Mhm.
That's correct. I
So
love that.
and did you go to Wellington without a job? Were you a
Oh,
student?
I was a student. I was
Mm.
studying film and media, something completely different than what I'm doing in the marketing, and I was just doing that, and that's I have amazing friends and all Kiwi friends. They were super cool and really they're different people, and I enjoyed it. And then I met my husband, yes, in New Zealand, Wellington as well. So they're all little cute stories, and they
Do you think
prepped me.
do you think the meeting of your husband, when you look back, do you think the meeting of your husband was a natural thing given you'd already decided that England was going to be home? Do you think when you look back at it, do you think, well, of course he came into my life?
It is like again like now knowing what I'm knowing now, it is definitely again was all subconscious mind, and I just knew it. I can't say how and when, but I knew it. I'm going to leave London. That was it. That's my home. But I didn't know when or I didn't know how. Vaguely, oh, when I finish study here, I'll go to just carry on studying in London or
Mm.
get a job in London or something like that. I didn't think I would meet an English boy and then just moving together and settling in London. That wasn't my plan at all. But again, things are happening when you least looking at it. And then just around the corner, just scooping me up and then just happened. So yeah, it was just everything is a cute, beautiful stories unfolding my life as the trajectory of my life just that way, very
So
open
how
to
did you meet your
naturally.
so how did you meet your
Oh,
husband?
there was a so
I know
cute
you're dying
story.
to tell this story.
No, no, I love storage because I love storage. I collecting other people's, but usually back then everyone's meeting. It's not a dating at that time, so everyone's meeting club. But we neither of them clubbers. So we met on the street between Vivian and Cuba Street in the corner. I was doing photography course doing I built my own pinhole camera. So pinhole camera, if you know that you have to exposure for quite a long time. So I've been standing in that one corner for all day long. So people passing, asking me what you were doing. But my husband is graphic designer and photographer, so he knew exactly what I was doing. And obviously, he was interested in me. So he like I still remember his first line like, "Are you concentrating on that building?" Because I was concentrating on one building, exposing the camera. So that was it. So he helped me my project and yeah, it was it. I love all the stories how we met. We're not together anymore, but um I treasure my story. I treasure our story because of what happened. What happened? This is me now. If I didn't go through it, it's not. I would be a completely different person.
Mm,
I had a very hard time to learn to accept myself and love myself.
mm.
So yeah, I love the story. That's how I met.
Ah, And would you say, you talk about the journey of loving yourself, would you say that started in Korea, or would you say that started in England?
Um, Oh, that's definitely not in Korea. Even this, it's if we just geographically talk about it, it's in England, but it's a very recent one, like last few years.
Mm,
I had like I was doing really fun time with the e-com area, and then just moving towards I was really heavy consuming just all self-awareness and development and psychology and neuroscience, and then that learning about loving myself, how important it is
mm,
to back to just love, yeah, serve the world. Ooh, that was a hard one, but it
mm,
wouldn't be because Korea has a even yeah, I am proud of Korean, but still there's like the level of things that can be quite saturated in Korea, like such as hierarchy or like a perfection about the appearance.
mm. So
So that happens, yeah.
so let's take them one by one. So talk about the hierarchy, because obviously there is hierarchy everywhere, but
Mm,
eh, hierarchy in Korea is quite noticeable. So, I mean, even as a foreigner coming in, I notice it. So talk more about that and your experience of that and
yeah,
why that influenced your decisions.
yeah, definitely. Because the hierarchy is quite strong. It's other culture definitely diluted, but Korea it has to be very obedient. So by age, and then I guess by status as well.
Mm,
So for instance, very hard to be like as we are now here, like we can't call by our names. Like I can call you Claire, you can call me Jihyun because of unless we went to school together in exactly same year. That harsh. So if you are above, you're above me in school, you're below me, that language totally changes. Language comes from your attitude as well. So the
mm,
even when I was a little girl, like a 10 years and a teenager, Jihan in Korea, I really didn't get it. Why I have to call, but also we out call like an older sister or older brother if they are older than me, but
mm,
they're not bloody related. You
mm,
just have to call them, not by name. But that's not my brother. That's not my
mm,
sister. It's just
mm,
that I didn't get that, but everyone does it. So I have to do it. Like, because otherwise I'll be even more weird.
mm,
So that hierarchy thing is like, but I don't have to do it here. Like there's hierarchy, there's a status here, but we
mm,
can get away with it. We don't have to just. I can be friends with anyone else. It's just age doesn't restrict at least.
mm.
That's what hierarchy. I hope it will change now, but it's just there. It's stopping me a lot of me as well. But it's I can go deeper. Obviously, there's like a lot of stories, really tragic stories because of hierarchy culture. But
Mm,
it is kind of serious. But I guess, but again, how Korea evolved and then like supersonic speed, that it's after Korean War and how quickly we grew as you
mm,
now like high technology and then culturally the whole just dominant global with everyone loves some people love all the Korean dramas, music and fashion and beauty.
mm.
So that helps. The hierarchy definitely helps. There's the good side of hierarchy, but again, everything is a Polaroid. If there's a good side, there's other side as well. And
Mm,
other side just highlighted me quite a lot in my life.
mm.
Again, that's I moved the country.
So that actually contributed as a reason to moving, because you didn't want, at that time, obviously, like you say, it's probably evolved and it's not exactly the same. So we're not referring to career as it is now, but
Oh no,
the
yeah.
career as it was then, that was a prompt for you to move to England?
A very big
That
part, very big
right.
part of it. Yeah.
And then you mentioned appearances being very important. So
Mm.
say more about that. What kind of emphasis is put on appearance?
It is so when you say that I'm Korean with people and and another thing like super famous about the plastic surgery like this. So it's a perfection has to be perfect.
Oh,
So you have to be perfect skin, like porcelain skin, and I'm like well, perfect nose is whatever how you want it. But for my story wise, I've got little freckles here, and then this totally tell you about this moving countries and learning and then adapting new culture. So that when I was growing up in Korea, every single person, like if people are really honest with me or they really care about me, intentions really good, they're coming from love. Jihyun, you need to rid of those freckles
oh.
and you will be better person. It,
And
it, it, it literally saying that.
and when they say get rid of them, do they mean cover them up, or they mean literally have surgery to remove the freckles?
Yeah, remove forever.
Oh
So
gosh.
that's a very popular thing. That's like a norm thing. Like it, well, okay, I didn't say about plastic surgery that much, but it's for my case. Like yeah, people remove that. You don't see anyone has a freckles because of either they removed, they go to hospital, remove the. I guess like yeah, yeah, lots of different ways to remove, I presume, and or they covered up with really cleverly. But when people saying it, remove it is remove it forever.
Right.
If come back again, because like melanin, I got more melanin than maybe other people, and it will come back because that's your natural force,
Mm,
and I have to remove again. Go to
mm,
hospital. There's
mm,
some medical help I can get.
mm.
So that's it. And somehow I just lived with the freckles my life in Korea. I just well, okay, but I didn't know what I know. Like if that's like I know now if that's your problem, it's not my problem. That
Mm,
I know that, but that point out like, oh, okay, I got something wrong with me. That's
mm,
all I know. That
mm,
point. And I moved to New Zealand. Everyone's talking about how nice my freckles are. I mean, they could have picked anything else on me, but they keep talking about freckles. I was just so confused, extremely confused, because I can see face like they really genuinely love my freckles. They even said a lot of people said, "Oh, you know what? I had the freckles when I was a little." No, disappeared. I was like, "How did you get rid of it?" I was like, where did it go? How? Like, I want to know, but they're just naturally gone. But I want that, but they just said, oh, we should still have them. It took me very long time,
mm,
really, really, really long time. Even though I understand wherever intellectually I understand. But all time in Korea, I was told that you should
mm,
remove your freckles. So it was emotionally I couldn't believe it. Emotionally I couldn't get the idea.
mm,
And I come back to England. Still same. People like it. Oh, that is still I understand intellectually that's not a problem. Emotionally still like you can just say because you don't have them.
yeah.
Do you know what you like having them like living like that in Korea?
Mm,
Hmm. So it's always there. But again, similar story to my how I met my husband. It's me. It's a part of me. That's me. So it just learn when I'm just going through all the like spiritual learning, loving myself. Oh,
mm,
that story. It was painful. I just say like comically now, but it was painful
mm,
and hurtful. But
mm,
because of I went through, the story didn't make me bitter.
mm,
Definitely make me better.
mm,
So all those people gave me the ideas didn't make me sharp person,
mm,
sharpening it, but definitely make me softer. I
mm,
more resilience, but I understand people better. and then more emphasize pepper. That it's emphasized with the people better. I sense people better. I can really really serve people that way. So it was my painful journey, but it made me a better person to live and serve life.
And do you think all those comments from New Zealand and England where people genuinely were paying you a compliment that they liked your freckles, which was hard to process. I fully get that. But do you think that that created a form of self-acceptance? Did that help you accept, if for many, many years you had grown up thinking your freckles were wrong, that's a long time to think something is wrong with you. And then as a young adult having the compliment, did that help create some self-acceptance?
It definitely helped. Definitely, it's not only self-acceptance and then liking yourself. It's definitely not coming from outside.
No.
It's inside. But having like a clear evidence on it, easier definitely. Like that's easier. Okay. Other people like it's kind of funny. Like I should like myself first. I should love my freckles, like loving and ooh like that. But it come from other love, and then I see differently. How interesting is that? So looking at the mirror now, I see different person because of the freckles. It's me, and then maybe now I can think of it without it. You see what I mean? Just it is definitely have to self-acceptance with evidence on it.
No, absolutely. And you mentioned Korean drama, and I'm a big fan of South Korean drama. But one thing just on this topic of appearance is that you're clarifying for me something I'd never understood when I would read about an actor having had surgery, and I couldn't understand why, because I would have seen them in earlier series and thought they looked fine, and then later they've done something with their nose or something. But I did know about the hierarchy, but I didn't realize that there was so much pressure on appearance, and obviously that's amplified if you're a celebrity and the public scrutiny. So it makes even more sense why I would think somebody was perfectly attractive, and obviously they didn't, and felt they had the need to have further surgery. So that's interesting. I have a question about Korean dramas because
yes, please.
Well, as I say, I have Korean friends. I've been to South Korea. Oh, I've been to Seoul. I should be clear because I haven't traveled across South Korea. But I have watched many Korean dramas.
Also, you've been to secondary way experience-wise. You've been to a little part of Korea.
In watching the programs, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And that leads me to my question, because my question, in my perception of Korean dramas, they're very I find, and please correct my naivety if I'm speaking inaccurately, but I find them quite educational, in the sense I feel like they are a reflection of the time they are made. So if I'm watching a very modern series, and a lot of and I specifically want to point to the social dramas. Even though the story is hyped or sensationalized, obviously to create drama, I feel that the undercurrent of the story is very much a revelation of Korean life. So I really enjoy watching them, because even if the story is a little bit sensationalized or something, I feel the revelation is quite authentic. And I'm interested to know if my perception is on the right lines.
Oh, that is super. It's you on the spot. So I totally agree with you. So the outside looking Korean drama is very superficial and really aesthetic. However, you play together, stories definitely yes, it's very dopamine just injection thing. Because it's again, it's very a very commercial country, and then dramas again just they do. It's just that to be honest, like a main purpose will be creating drama, produce drama is having more just for the economy things again, right? So you need it's a cliffhanger thing every episode, and then oh they show that. But again, what they're really trying to do is I guess all other countries but like Korean drama just really good at, which is the cleverly talking about on the surface you talk about something else, but very cleverly talking about underneath like a real deep meaning. So that in Korea, how it evolved, I was just briefly mentioned about from Korea War to how quickly just there was a pure supersonic speed of shoom, it grew like that. There was because of Korea, this hierarchy, yes, it helped. Hardworking definitely helped, and there's no work-life balance. They don't care. Just that they work. That's why we are here. We should appreciate, really, really grateful for our older generation, how we are here. But they talk about that very cleverly, but also quite deep because all the philosophical way and Korean spiritual is very, very deep because of culture-wise. It's not as long as China, not as long as Africa or Italy, but it's long enough. Definitely, there's a big culture there, big deep meaning. People are, I can't think like the culture-wise. Is people. It would be nice if you really being present, but they live their past a lot. That means people slightly deeper because they keep going back, and then they always think about their future. So nothing happened. They're just worrying about future. It's regretting about the past. So they're busy with that. So they're getting just somehow just the project deeper meaning is underneath it. But they definitely want to talk about this beautiful superficial drama. There are just special meanings they want to pass you on to, like really shower you. Actually, this is the meaning I want to really talk about it. Not only it's your dopamine fixed.
So one of the things I would like to talk to you about is food. So
Oof.
I'm particularly intrigued by the fact that the question instead of how are you is have you eaten? And that one of the things I notice is a common recurring topic on my podcast in talking about moving countries is food. So
Ooh.
so but I am curious, do you find good Korean food in London?
Oh, okay. Now I get to ask you that question all those times, and I'm the sort of wrong person to be asked
Okay.
because to me like I love everywhere. Like any Korean food, like thank you very much. So to me, like all restaurant I've been to, I love it. Oh, this is just so good, so good. But like a real Korean people, yeah, okay, yeah, just because my friends call me like a fake one. But like real Korean people are like, oh, this is nothing like a real, like nothing like a Korean. But oh, to me, oh my gosh, because I'm in London, I don't get to have like a Korean food in Korea. So any food, any single food I had at any restaurant in London, I just love it. But I could say preference over or just more atmosphere or just how they serve. But there are, I mean, now a lot more like like pretty much every corner has a Korean food. And like
Mm,
the other day I was walking to Whitechapel. You know, Whitechapel just have loads of that Bangladeshi or the food or just dominant to that people living there. But Korean like corn dogs, like whoa, wow, that's everywhere. I mean, there's all the each corner shops, like we have like corner shop. Every corner shop we have like Korean packed noodles, and I'm very proud. But
yeah.
yeah, I could say it's everywhere, everywhere. That to me, it's everything is great. But if we want to ask privately, like where should I go? Like maybe I could give you a few different places to go. But yeah, I love it. I love it. So I can get to Korean food very easily though.
Mm. And when you go back to Korea, is eating a highlight for you?
Yes, yes. There's a Korea trip. Is all about my food trip. It's just I make sure like I have like a big list. Is again, it's a quite funny thing. Is there's a lot of new food just developed. Is I'm got a new yummy food, but to me because I left a while ago, right? That's only I wanted to knowing I know like my childhood food. What are something I know, so I go back to the same place over and over. But again, is I so appreciate my parents that took me all those at a nice restaurant, and that still exists. My
Mm,
mom, my dad just took me when I was little with my brother. The special noodle restaurant, the special like place I like, they're still there. So there's always quite few stores, quite few restaurants I always go. They're still there. They still serve beautiful food that I remember. Isn't it beautiful? They're still there. Like how many years? Still there. Still
that's
busy.
amazing. And especially
So I love it.
given you've acknowledged how much Korea's evolved and, you know, supersonic speed, you said. I love that expression. So it's amazing that they're still there. Mm,
Yeah, that's another thing. Because we appreciate food, we
mm,
appreciate the tradition, and still there. I'm just super excited every time going back. Still there. It's a kind of known thing again. Like if they disappeared, I would be. Hang on a minute. No, it's coming. They're moving fast. So obviously, there's loads of shops come and go very quickly. But certain things never
mm,
move. Yeah, that's there. We're just
mm.
getting bigger.
Yeah. And just before we close, I have a final question. What would you say, you know, your 20-year-old self came to England and said, this is my place, this is home, was the words you said.
Mm.
And then these years later, you're still here. What would you say you appreciate the most about England, given you?
Um, That's a very, 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 very good question. Really good question. First thing, like it evolved quite a lot because I've been here quite a while. Um, it just made me, I live as me, like myself, become more myself. Being here as a London, I would always say is a home, and I live as a me, like true myself. Still, I'm on the journey to finding myself and who I am. Yeah, you're looking for your purpose. That's I guess that's another reason you do podcast as well. Just you trying to find your purpose in this planet, in this matrix. So just briefly, we here in this body we borrowed, but it's just that I could live more, expand my mind and my spiritual this journey as myself. People accept me more as who I am.
Mm,
So it's a big deal, big deal. I yeah, totally appreciate my girls here. I mean, my girlfriends they just because I don't have a sister, I got only brother, but they're like a true my like a yeah sisters.
mm,
So they are definitely helping me living this way, my way, and just true myself. I can find that whoever it is and what's my purpose is in here. So London definitely helped me. It was yeah, without doubt, like without a second word, just yeah, we chose each other very well. I guess
mm,
yeah,
mm.
there's
Yeah.
that way we can pray together as
Yeah,
destiny and
you and London chose each other. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much for sharing um, all that you did about Korea and England and the mix in between. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire, for all mine. I absolutely enjoyed and then definitely learned more about lots of things by talking to you about Korea and England. It's just I'm just excited. It's just excited, just changing new things at the minute, and it just really you started me off really well. It's my new chapter going through, so I really appreciate Claire. Definitely,
You're
thank you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.